Hey Valentina, this is Brian from Lead Hounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website over at Meridian Cosmetic. So you might be asking yourself, well, why would this guy just show us this stuff for free? Can't we just do it ourselves and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is, yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I've found is that most small businesses don't have the time to worry about perfecting their website or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learned in this video. But if you don't, and you think you could use a little help with this, then just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those 3 strategies, but before I get to that, I want to talk about the goal of those strategies. What are they trying to achieve? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So that's basically a word or a phrase that someone's going to search for when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of Meridian Cosmetic, I know you do injectables. It's really popular in Miami. So we're going to use Botox as an example. You could really run through this with any of your services, but let's look at Botox for now. So I went ahead and searched Botox Miami on Google, and let's take a look at what comes up. So up top we have the paid ads. Those don't get a lot of clicks. They get about 1% of the clicks. People don't like clicking on the links that have the little sponsored disclaimer, so we'll skip those. But then you have the organic listings. And these are the websites that, unlike the ads, you don't have to pay for directly to Google to get up in these top spots. And these are what's going to get the vast majority of the traffic, the clicks from searches like this. So up at the top here, you see some of your competitors. We have Miami Skin and Vein, GV Plastic Surgery. And we can scroll down and see if we can find Meridian Cosmetic. So we'll look on a couple pages, see if we find you. So that's the end of the first page. We'll keep going, see if we can find you on the second page. Okay, so yeah, we're at the bottom there. And I didn't see Meridian Cosmetic anywhere. So what that means is that all the people searching for Botox Miami are going to be going to one of these websites on the first page instead of your website. So then you got to ask, well, how many people are even searching for this? Like, do I even care? And we can actually take a look at that using this tool called Ahrefs, which gives us search data. So if you look right here, there's that keyword we searched, Botox Miami. And we see that that gets 1,000 searches every single month, right? And look, here's another one, Botox and Miami, for 1,100 searches a month, another 250 for all these other, 200, 250 for all these other keywords. And what you can see from this is that there are thousands of people searching for Botox on Google in Miami every single month. But if you're not showing up in the search results for these, then they're not going to find your website. They're going to go to your competitors. So let's take a look at the keywords you do show up for. So I went ahead and searched for Meridian Cosmetic on Google, and let's see what you show up for. So these are your keywords, and we're going to rank it by position so that we can see which searches that you show up at the top for. So you do show up on the first page for a few keywords here, but let's take a look at them. So you see that first, 1 through like 7 or 8 is really the first page of Google. And we see that most of these are your business name, right? Meridian Spa, Meridian Med Spa, Dr. DeMeo. I know he's your medical director, provider. But the problem with those keywords is, you want to show up for those. That's your business. But if someone's searching that, they already know about you, right? They're not a new lead or a new customer. You've already gotten them to notice you. or they might be a repeat customer, referral, something like that. But with your website, you want to take advantage of new customers that haven't found a business they want to work with yet. So that's why you want to target those buyer intent keywords like Botox Miami. So the other ones we see up top here, Limelight Face, like one, it only has 10 searches, and number two, we don't know if these people are in Miami, if they're in California, New Jersey. They could be anywhere in the country if they don't put Miami on the end of it. So we'll scroll down a little bit, and we don't see, we're getting into the teens here, so that's like the second or third page, and we don't see many of those high volume buyer intent keywords on here. So let's take a look at your competitor and see how they're doing. So this is Miami Skin and Vein. I think they were in that top spot for the Botox keyword. And right here, you can see this like immediately, this is what you want to go for, right? We have Botox Miami. They are the #1 business for that. Botox and Miami. 1,200 searches. And they're in the 3 spot, right? So they're the top 3 businesses. And then look, they got fillers too. And they're in the #1 for that. So that means that all of these searches that are people looking for a business they want to go to are going to find Miami Skin and Vein first. And they're going to get the vast majority of the traffic from these searches. So how can we compete for those top spots? Well, that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And what I mean by that is literally the words on your website. And what Google wants to see from its top businesses is between 1,500 and 2,000 words that actually use those target keywords so that they know what to show people when they search for this stuff, right? That's how they know you're relevant. So we can look at meridiancosmetic.com and take a look at your content. So the website looks great, very professional, and you have a decent amount of content on here already. So that's great. You probably have like 600 words. So great start. Not quite the optimal amount for Google, but it's definitely competitive. But let's look at your that competitor, Miami Skin and Vein. So we'll scroll down, look at their content, some there. Here's a good chunk. And we'll keep going, get to the bottom for them. And they probably have about the same amount of content. So they're not necessarily beating you out in terms of the amount of content, but they're still showing up higher in those rankings. So the first thing we'll want to do is make sure we're outdoing them on the content, right? Just adding those 1,500 words describing your services using those keywords is going to help you start to beat out Miami Skin and Vein. Okay, so let's move on to the second strategy. That's what's called backlinking. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you are a credible business, because when they see that other websites, other companies are talking about your business, sending their own users to your website through that link, that gives them more trust in your business. And they'll reward you for that by moving you up the rankings. Okay, so we can see here, you already have 66 websites linking to you. So that's a great start. But let's take a look at Miami Skin and Vein. So we can see here that they have 315 backlinks, right? So that is one strong reason why they're probably beating you out for all of those keywords, right? They have more backlinks. So what can we do about that? We can go in here and we can go through every single one of these websites and get you a link from that website. And what that's going to do is it's going to match the strategy that they're using to get to the top of all those rankings. But we won't stop there. We want to go above and beyond, add 100, 200 more backlinks so that you're not just matching them, but you're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. let's talk about one more strategy, which is going to be the Google Map Pack. So that's this section of the Google search results where you see this little map and you have 3 featured businesses. So it's going to be really important to get into these top 3 businesses because they actually get about 30% of the clicks that come from searches like this. So how can you do that? Well, the first strategy we like to use is called citations. And a citation is kind of like a backlink, except instead of going to your website, it links back to your Google Maps profile. So some examples of citation websites would be like Yelp, Yellow Pages, anywhere where you can get a listing like that, that's going to be a citation. And we can do something very similar to our backlinking strategy, and we can look at the top business on the maps and copy all of their citations. And then, of course, we're going to go way above and add another 100, 200 backlinks. Citations. So we can make sure we're outdoing them. And then there's a couple other things we can do with your maps listing. We can optimize all the different fields that Google lets you fill out on your maps profile. We can geotag the images, right? So that they're telling Google your location in the images. And we can respond to all the reviews you're getting. And all that stuff is, things that Google likes to see from its businesses, and they'll reward you for it by moving you up in those rankings. All right, Valentina, those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Again, that's going to be the content on your website, right? 1,500 to 2,000 words using those target keywords. It's going to be those backlinks, right? We want to make sure we're outdoing your competitor. And then finally, it's that Google Map Pack. We want to get you in those top 3 businesses so you can take advantage of the extra traffic. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If it was valuable to you, just give me a call or shoot me an email and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thanks. Bye.